All right, exhaust is back in, hooked up, tightened down. Pumpkin's in place. Just gotta hook up the battery and she's ready for a start. So after the limited slip differential upgrade, I am sitting at 147 miles in, and you know, it's just like one of those things where you just want to get on it. You just want to just see what it can do, but you know, it's recommended, 500 miles of taking it easy, and maybe swapping out the fluid as well at that 500 mile mark. It's a lot of recommendations, and I almost feel like if I'm going to swap it out at 500, I might as well make sure that there's something in there worth, swapping it out for. But, it's risk versus reward, I guess. So I've been driving normal, obviously, as you can see there, 4 hours and however minutes of driving. And I only put 148.9 miles on it, and I'm averaging 19.2 miles per gallon, so normally I'm around 14 miles a gallon. So obviously it's being driven lightly. So I'm not going to get on it yet. I'm probably going to wait, probably not the 500, but I may wait till 300, and see what I can do, and then at 300, I might just do a couple of pulls, just to make sure that, it's got it in it. And then, after that's complete, I'll swap out that fluid at 500, and we'll go from there. So this was just a quick little update to where we're at. You'll get to hear first-hand knowledge of, do you do it, do you not do it, do you need a lift, what's required. There's just so many things that are on the table at this point, and I know while I'm editing that video, I'm going to make sure to point out, the good, the bad, the ugly, because it's not complete until we got 500 miles in, that fluid's changed, and we can get on it. So, like, subscribe, all that jazz. Appreciate everybody. Comment below. Let me know. Sea Dog out. 281 miles later. Alright, I don't know how many days it's been, but we are now past the 500 mile mark. I've got the stuff to change the fluid, and we'll get this part. Oh crap, just what I thought. Alright everybody, it's time for a nice discussion on the 3.09 or 3.09 limited slip differential. So I thought the install went off without a hitch. However, I must have nicked the passenger side rear axle boot, because right where it has the excuse my finger in the way there, right where it has the metal clamp over the top of it, I ended up must have a slice in it, because some green looking liquid stuff came out of it, and I remembered watching a video that I believe his name was Donnie RT or something like that. Donnie RT did, and he did the exact same. He had the exact same problem. He basically manhandled the axles, getting them either out or put back in. I'm gonna assume mine was the case of actually put back in. So I got a few suggestions. I did do a repair job. I used some flex tape and covered the hole, and I drove on it for 400 miles, no issues. But then when I drove that last stretch, that last 100, I ended up I climbed under and realized that it had popped open again. So I did another repair job with some flex tape and actually some of the flex tape spray, and we'll see if it holds this time, because if you go OEM, I think they're almost $400 to replace the axle just for that CV boot or whatever you want to call it, having a nick in it. So hopefully it does stay. So, but even with that being said, the installation did take quite a bit longer. I would do it most likely with on a lift. It can be done because I completed it and I did it all by myself. So if you got some help, it could be a faster process, and it could be more delicately done. So after I did that to the boot, I did do a couple searches and see if anybody else had that problem. Like I said, I saw that Donnie RT had that problem, and I thought he replaced his or something like that, because I thought he mentioned something about $200. But I thought, well, I'll try the repair job on it. So we'll see how that ends up, and if it gets to the point where I gotta replace it, I gotta replace it. It's just for me, it's just the passenger side. The driver's side, there's no issues, no leaks, no nothing. Power wise, everything seems to be good in there. I just passed the 500 mark yesterday, and that's. So she told me that my got hemorrhage shirt is probably not what I should be wearing right now, but you know what? This is guy stuff, so it doesn't matter. Where was I? So if you got some help, and definitely if you got a lift, could be a faster process. I took probably more like of actual work, probably 6 hours doing it by myself, of actual work. Climbing in and out and all that other stuff, that was, prep and, getting the right tools that I needed in the right spots. That was probably an extra 2 hours of BS. But I don't know what an install would cost. I'm assuming at a shop, 3 hours labor minimum, I don't know, $300 roughly. Depends on who you have it. If they run into problems, it's just problems. It's just time. So what else? I got the stuff to basically drain the differential and put back in. So basically the same stuff that I got originally. I actually had some left over, so I'm going to reuse most of it, or use up most of the stuff that I already had, and just add a little bit. But I'm going to do the swap here. It's been 500 miles. So afterwards, probably in my next video, I'll probably get this one posted. As far as the install and kind of the after effects, I'll get this one posted, and then I'll do a separate video on actually going to town on it. So stay tuned. Sea Dog out.